Who knows more about batteries than a robot? Nobody. That's who. And I can tell you there's no battery more important than your phone battery. That's why US Cellular is proud to introduce Battery Swap. Go into any store and trade your dead battery for a fully charged one for free. Which makes me feel like, yeah, get on the train. Can you dig it? Woo, woo. US Cellular. Believe in something better.
Hi, I'm Heather King. Beaufort is the county seat of Carteret County. Embraced by the sea, Beaufort is a community rich in beauty and natural resources. Along with Morehead City and other communities on the Crystal Coast, Beaufort is a great place to live or visit. At WITN, we're proud of all the communities we serve. We're dedicated to providing the best coverage of news, weather, and sports in the area. WITN, your breaking news and weather authority.
Here's important news for all Medicare beneficiaries with diabetes. These new alternate site no-code meters make testing easy with no finger pricking. You can receive one of these new meters free. And with Medicare or private insurance, your testing supplies may also be covered with free delivery.
Call 800-637-1414. That's 800-637-1414. The call is free and there is no obligation.
1-800-MEDICINE for all your health care needs.
Now from your breaking news and weather authority, WITN News at 5.
After 8 years, PCS Phosphate has received its federal permit to continue mining in the east. More on reaction from workers. Plus, it was a murderous month of May for one county in the east. All incidents are unsolved with no suspects. What investigators say about the cases. Good afternoon. I'm Christine Kennedy. Thanks for joining us. Those stories are coming up, but first, there is a chance of severe weather coming our way. In fact, several of our counties are under a tornado watch. Chief Meteorologist Marvin Doherty is monitoring the latest developments with Viper. Marvin, what's the latest here?
Well, thanks a lot, Christine. So far, we haven't seen severe weather. Now, there is that tornado watch right up along the Virginia border. Most of the area not under it, but if you live in Edenton, a Hosky area, and just north of Rocky Mount, certainly Elizabeth City, you are under that particular watch till 8 o'clock tonight unless it's canceled. Some of the counties in Virginia have been canceled. We do have a few showers and storms. You'll notice most of the activity, though, is back to the west. This cluster here, moving now close to Williamston. It moved up just to the west of Washington, went through the Greenville area, now up near Williamston, up near Tarboro. They're moving north to northeast at about 25 or so miles per hour. You see these showers up in northeastern North Carolina. Moderate shower near Columbia, also near the Elizabeth City area. That's all tracking north to northeast. And farther west, we've got more showers and storm. Heaviest, actually, it's been across the Piedmont area near Raleigh. Kind of a wet, soaking afternoon of that. But again, so far, no severe weather out there, just a lot of rainfall for the most part and across the area. Forecast calls for more showers and storms for Friday. Saturday, still some lingering showers, especially near the coast. On Sunday, more sunshine, but still maybe an isolated shower or two. I'll have a complete update on the forecast through the weekend into next week in a few moments, Christine.
All right, Marvin, thanks. A new permit for one of Beaufort County's largest employers means some are going back to work. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers late Thursday granted a permit to PCS Phosphate. The Corps says as a condition of the permit, PCS must complete extensive mitigation and monitoring before, during, and following all mining activities. The Aurora facility employs some 1,100 people, but also contracts with many other area businesses. Officials with Trader Construction in Craven County says 12 workers were laid off just 2 months ago because of permit delays, but will now be rehired when the permit goes through in 10 days.
A great example of two entities working together, PCS Phosphate and the environmental regulators, so that they could come up with a balanced decision in reaching this mining.
Officials with Trader Construction say they plan to add about 60 new jobs as well. Well, things are looking up for the economy in Eastern Carolina. This according to the Bureau of Business Research at ECU. Economists say we have nearly reached the bottom and there is nowhere to look but up. Professors expect to see people going out more and shopping more as excitement about the local economy increases.
What you're going to see is there's more optimism now, and maybe as a consumer we'll start going back out to eat again, or maybe we'll go out a few more times a month than we did before.
Dr. Cleckley says although there have been a lot of layoffs, the situation isn't as bad as it was a few months ago. Jacksonville police have charged a woman with murder in the death of another woman 3 months ago. 20-year-old Karen Davidson was charged with second-degree murder as well as selling and delivering a controlled substance. Officers responded here on March 5th to an apartment complex on McDaniel Drive where they discovered 22-year-old Samantha Sell dead. The medical examiner says toxicology reports show Sell died of a methadone overdose. Warrants obtained by WITN allege Davidson sold that methadone before her death. Davidson is currently in jail under a $75,000 bond. Her next court date is June 18th. 1 week ago today, a Greenville man was fatally shot while walking down the street in his hometown. His murder marked the second shooting in Martin County within 7 days. The investigation into the murder of 21-year-old Curtis Shepard in Robertsonville continues with no arrests in the case. We're told by officers they're following leads and hope to resolve this case as soon as possible. Martin County Sheriff's detectives hope to arrest the suspect in the murder and attempted murder of 2 teens on May 23rd. Authorities tell us it was a gang-related incident. Sheriff Dan Gibbs says there have been no arrests in that case either.
We're still investigating it at this time, and we're running down leads, and people are, I think, either afraid to talk or, to the investigators at this time.
As we learn, the victim in the Oak City shooting, 16-year-old Gregory Collier, has not been able to talk to investigators. Sheriff Gibbs says that victim is paralyzed from his injuries. It's a horrifying incident. A man allegedly found a rapist on Craigslist to assault his wife. The 25-year-old suspect is now in jail, but investigators are still searching to find that rapist. The suspect's face has been blurred to protect the identity of his wife. Kannapolis police say the man used the online service Craigslist to find a man to come into his home early Sunday morning and have sex with his wife using scare tactics. The husband was at home in bed with his wife when that rape happened, but police say he did nothing to stop the attacker. Police say they are getting help from federal investigators as they probe computer and telephone records after arresting the 25-year-old husband. The husband is being held in jail on a $200,000 bond, facing first-degree rape and other charges. Summertime, it means laying out by the pool and beach for many, but it is important to know some key sunscreen tips. Most people think the higher the SPF in sunscreen, the higher the protection. But according to Dr. Amy Weschler, a New York City dermatologist, that may not be the case. She says sunscreen with an SPF of 30 is sufficient. She also says you have to look for a broad spectrum sunscreen that blocks both UVA and UVB rays. She said the most common error people make with sunscreen is the number of times they reapply. Weschler says sunscreen needs to be applied every 2 to 3 hours because it breaks down in that time period. For more tips to beat the heat, just head to WITN.com. Well, some haven't seen much of the sun lately. In many areas in the southeast, this has now been one of the wettest springs in recent memory. But the rain that has helped so much with easing the drought is now causing a host of other problems. Kristen Dahlgren explains.
When skies opened up over the southeast this spring, it was a welcome relief, finally putting a dent in the drought that has plagued the region for the past 3 years. This was Lake Lanier in the fall of 2007. This is the lake today, but the recent rains have brought more than an end to the drought, and it's not all good. Mosquitoes are now using all this standing water to breed, leaving experts to predict this could be one of the worst mosquito seasons in years.
Whatever the mosquito gods have determined, this year is going to be a lot more active, and they're going to make up for the last 2 years.
So from Charlotte, North Carolina,
I'm staying inside,
to the Gulf Coast of Florida, the bugs are already back.
When we do have a flood or even heavy rains or high tides, the eggs become flooded, and then up to as little as 5 days later, we'll have flying, biting adult mosquitoes, and that's what we're seeing right now.
There's where it's really wetty.
And there are other impacts of all this rain. Wherever you live, you could soon be paying more for produce at the grocery store. And we are talking peanuts and other crops now underwater or left unplanted while fields are flooded.
It's not to the critical point at this point, but it's getting close.
Leaving farmers worried and wishing for some type of happy medium between rain and shine. Kristen Dahlgren, NBC News, Tampa.
And while the drought has eased across the southeast, places like southern Texas are still experiencing exceptional drought conditions. Many are talking about President Obama's speech to the Muslim world this morning. We'll have some of the highlights and what's next for the president while he's overseas. Plus, cardiac arrest is the world's leading cause of unexpected death. But with a new machine, that number may go down. We'll explain. And we have a very special pet that needs a home. We'll introduce you coming up. Those stories are ahead on WITN News at 5 o'clock. Up next, much of the east may be in store for some storms this afternoon and tonight. Marvin's going to have the latest for you. And later, would it be a curse or a blessing to read people's minds? We'll preview the newest show on WITN where a man can do just that.
At Massey Toyota's Perfect Timing event, Toyota's not $159 or $129, just $109 a month or 0 down. Good credit, bad credit, Massey has millions to lend. And we'll even throw in a free Geneva watch just for coming by. Massey Toyota, your neighborhood dealer for over 70 years.
Man, this is a great deal. Every company get a free upgrade to a Route 44.
And the way the economy is right now, I tell you, one of the best places to invest is in beverages. Well, I'm getting 120% of what I would be getting for the same cost. My ROI is right through the roof.
You know, return on investment can't be beat. That's fantastic.
I'm not sure what that is, but I can tell you my raspberry orange intake is spot on.
Free Route 44 upgrade at Sonic. Order your favorite combo and get a free Route 44 upgrade, no extra charge. All combos included. And try our everyday value menu. All this for $1 each.
Sylvan Learning Centers of Eastern Carolina would like to introduce you to WITN's Class of 2009.
Hi, I'm Cindy Edwards from Northampton County High School East.
My name is Chantel James and I'm a senior at Columbia High School.
Nick Matthews, Cape Hatteras Secondary School of Coastal Studies.
Hi, my name is William Wright, and I'll be graduating June 13th from North Pitt High School.
I'm Todd Brandenburg, a senior at Swansboro High School, Class of 2009.
WITN congratulates the Class of 2009.
Congratulations!
Wow, is this 501 honey clusters? Yes.
It's delicious.
I know.
But it can't
have
have
about half a day's worth of fiber? I assure you it does.
I was
Expecting sawdust and cardboard? I know.
I can
Only taste the crunchy clusters, honey, and brown sugar. No, madam, I don't have ESP.
Okay. We'll take a box. You probably already knew that.
Fiber One. Cardboard no. Delicious yes.
At Massey Toyota's Perfect Timing event, Toyota's not $159 or $129, just $109 a month or 0 down. Good credit, bad credit, Massey has millions to lend. And we'll even throw in a free Geneva watch just for coming by. Massey Toyota, your neighborhood dealer for over 70 years.
Well, across eastern Carolina, well, not too much going on. We've had a little bit of rain around the Greenville area. Most of that has moved north of there, off in the distance. I don't see a lot of threatening weather right now, but we'll be watching it. There is a tornado watching the extreme northern counties of our region up around the Virginia border. Elsewhere, well, we do have, not any watches up, but we do have some heavy showers and storms, and we'll take you right into that right now. Going very close into Williamston right now. Wow, look at that. Just about on you there. Most of the heaviest part looks like just west of Williamston. They're moving northeast at about 15 to 20 miles per hour. Around Greenville, you got a cell just to the northeast near Stokes, it looks like. And Tarboro, yeah, you've had some showers and storms to go through there. And if you look up in the northeastern part of the state, had some showers to go just north of Columbia now, going into the Albemarle Sound area, and some showers up near Currituck in the northeastern sector of the state. Hey, a lot of heavy rainfall has been out to the west today. It continues out there around Raleigh, points north toward the Virginia border. That's where the heaviest rain has been. But we're into an area of showers and thunderstorms here for the next 36 hours or so. We got a tornado watch up for our northern counties, but no warnings out right now. And you'll notice from the areas south of Windsor and Rocky Mount, really no watches are up at this time, but there could be an isolated severe storm, so we'll watch it carefully. We do have that risk of showers and storms through the evening. It'll stay warm and muggy, lower 70s. Stationary front across northern North Carolina, back to another frontal system, that being a cold front across portions of Alabama and Mississippi. Now that front will push on to the east, and that will keep us in the warm air, and we'll have some showers and storms. I think tonight the heaviest back to the west. Tomorrow afternoon and evening we could see that shift a little bit farther to the east, but this front's going to wash out right across eastern Carolina. That's going to keep the warm and humid air through the weekend. So So mid to upper 70s for the evening, a few thunderstorms, some heavy overnight, will be in the upper 60s to low 70s. And tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms, some heavy at times, and we'll be in the upper 70s in a few spots. If we get any sun, could reach the lower 80s. On the beaches, southwesterly winds at 10 to 20. Our seas running 3 to 6 feet near shore. Small craft advisory along the coastal waters late tonight and tomorrow. Low tide after midnight at 141. High tide at 7:08 in the morning. 80 on Friday. 70% chance of showers and storms, maybe a peak or two of sun. And then a little more sun Saturday, but still a risk of a thunderstorm, 30%. Sunday and Monday quite warm. Isolated storms, a little bit better chance of storms coming back by the middle of the week. Christine?
All right, Marvin, thanks. All eyes in the Middle East were on President Obama today as he made a speech in Egypt about American-Muslim relations. So is it a new beginning of peace? More on how people overseas and here at home are reacting next. But first, today's closing stock market numbers.
WITN's Pet of the Week is brought to you by Bayer Canine Advantix.
Away from your TV, hear WITN News at 5 by tuning your radio to WTOW 1320 AM for Washington, the joy in eastern North Carolina.
Phelps Chevrolet, North Carolina's finest, now with 4 generations and one who can actually sing.
Phelps Chevrolet is one for you. Load of presents and service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
Cars and trucks available for only $8,900 or less.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
Name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get 20% more cash for your broken, unwanted, or mismatched gold jewelry right now. That's right. Cash for Gold, the largest volume consumer gold buyer in the USA, is on a buying spree. With prices at an all-time high, we can't keep up with demand. So we're out to buy $100 million in gold by the 4th of July. Send us any unwanted, broken, or mismatched gold jewelry right now. Just call for a free prepaid envelope. Fill it with the items you want to sell. Send it to our secure processing center and get ready to count your cash. And to meet our $100 million goal, we've increased our cash payout by 20%. Cash for Gold owns its own refinery, so there's no middleman. Just more cash for you. And during our Gold Rush buying spree, we're paying even 20% more cash. But only for a limited time. Act now before the Gold Rush ends on July 4th.
So call 1-800-440-5819 or go to cash4gold.com today. If you're selling, Cash for Gold is buying.
Check out the new Domino's Bread Bowl pasta. It's pasta that comes in a bowl you can eat.
What? That's bowl murder!
Take it easy. It's a hot bread bowl, lightly seasoned with garlic and Italian spices. It's supposed to be eaten.
Look, they're tearing them apart like lions on wildebeest. Make it stop.
I'm getting hungry just looking at that pasta primavera.
Cannibal.
New Domino's Bread Bowl pasta. 5 tasty varieties all served in a hot, delicious bread bowl. Love the pasta, devour the bowl. Starting at only $5.99. Order it online and receive $1 off.
Domino's.
It's my favorite time of the week. Let's head over to our Greenville studio where Greg Armrecht is standing by live with Bobby Parsons and our pet of the week, Prince. Greg.
Yep, that's right. The pet's name is Prince. Not quite a puppy. It looks like a puppy, a rather small dog. In fact, it's actually 1 year old, which means this puppy won't be, not puppy, it's 1 year old dog, puppy dog. I'm not sure how I want to word this, but either way, 1 year old, not going to get any bigger. Some people do like smaller pets, is that right?
That's right. In fact, most people like smaller pets because they're in apartments or a townhouse and they just fit into the household a lot better. And this dog is only about 15 pounds. And we got him neutered yesterday. He's got his shots and we tested him for heartworms. He does not have heartworms, which we're really lucked out on that because most dogs that we find that are strays have heartworms by the time they're a year old.
So Prince is good to go here for a home. We just need to find him a home. Is that right?
That's right. I've been in the process of house training him. I'm sure he was house trained. I haven't had any problems at all as far as that goes. But it's easy for me to house train a dog because they kind of follow the other dogs. That, you know, the other dogs go in and out, and he just follows them, and it's just easy to do.
All right. So Prince sounds like he's good to go. Now, if somebody of you were out there finds a stray, is that good news or bad news? And really, what are they supposed to do?
Well, I'll tell you, it's kind of a gamble when you do find a dog because in the first place, you don't know whether you've got a problem dog. You don't know if you've got a big medical problem in front of you. And the first thing you really need to do is to see if the dog's got an owner. If the dog has an owner, then that's a whole different story, but a lot of people don't even look to see if there's an owner out there. You need to call the shelters and find out whether anybody's called in about a lost dog. And also you need to check the newspaper, make sure, under lost and found, that the dog doesn't have an owner. And then if you decide that you're going to keep it, you need to get it over to your vet and let him decide, whether this dog is really a healthy dog or not.
Excellent. Well, hey, we appreciate the advice. As always, thank you for bringing in Prince. Let's get Prince at home. Head to PetSmart on Sunday or call 412-3272 and talk to Bobby Parsons. Let's get Prince here at home. Christine?
All right, Greg, thanks. Actor David Carradine was found dead in a hotel room in Bangkok today. Carradine was the star of the 1970 series Kung Fu and more recently starred in Quentin Tarantino's Kill Bill movies. In all, he appeared in more than 100 feature films. According to his agent, the 72-year-old was in Bangkok to shoot a movie. According to the website of the newspaper The Nation, unidentified police sources say Carradine was found Thursday hanged in his hotel room and is believed to have committed suicide. President Obama is in Germany tonight after delivering a much-anticipated speech to Muslims in Egypt this morning, fulfilling a campaign promise to reach out to the Islamic world soon after taking office. Tracy Potts has a full wrap-up of the president's speech from Washington, plus reaction here in the U.S.
This is what Washington wants Muslims to remember.
It's awe-inspiring.
The American president with a Muslim heritage on Arab soil.
My father came from a Kenyan family that includes generations of Muslims.
Where he has credibility is this personal experience, these personal stories he brings.
I've come here to Cairo to seek a new beginning.
In a much-anticipated speech, President Obama urged Americans and Muslims to seek common ground and fight violent extremists.
The sooner the extremists are isolated and unwelcome in Muslim communities, the sooner we will all be safer.
He warned against Iran's nuclear threat, urged diplomacy in Iraq, cooperation in Afghanistan, and called for a two-state solution in Israel.
And America will not turn our backs on the legitimate Palestinian aspiration for dignity, opportunity, and a state of their own.
Had he not done that, I think people would have said, well, this is just another respect message. I need more than that.
Israel's government applauded the speech without addressing Jewish settlements or a Palestinian state. Reaction tonight in Egypt.
He is willing to listen and to work with both parties, but he wasn't that clear about what he's going to do.
In the U.S.,
these people are thirsty. They needed to hear such a speech from a U.S. president.
And on Capitol Hill.
I just don't think the Israelis deserve to be put into the same playpen with terrorists.
The White House blogged, Twittered, and Facebooked Obama's speech in 4 languages, an effort to engage the hearts and minds of 1.5 billion Muslims around the world.
It's where your kids like to play, but could it actually be a health risk? More on the data that suggests your local playground could be dangerous. Next.
If you've been hurt in a car accident, call the team you trust. Call the law offices of James Scott Farron at 1-800-TEAM-JSF. Our attorneys and staff can start working on your case immediately. Call 1-800-TEAM-JSF. We're ready for your call.
I don't just inhale my burger. I plan it all out. You have to make sure each bite's got it all, especially that last bite.
The $6 Thick Burger, back at Hardee's.
Go high, go high, go high, go high. Yeah! That's what we needed to see.
Hey guys, who wants some fresh biscuits?
Guys, don't bake. The sausage and egg biscuit, buy one, get one free at Hardee's.
I think I'm dreaming. When I'm here with you, I feel the love. It's a gift from above. You always give me everything I need. Every day, Lord, it sets me free. Yeah, you can feel the love. I feel.
Are you making it easier for bacteria to grow on your dentures? You are if you use toothpaste instead of soaking them in Polident.
Toothpaste is abrasive on dentures. Look,
Scratches, where bacteria can collect and grow, and bacteria can cause bad breath. That's why I recommend replacing toothpaste with Polident. Only Polident is proven to clean without scratching and kills 99.9% of odor-causing bacteria. Don't scratch your dentures clean. Use Polident every day.
Wheels doubling up the fun with best friends from Hawaii's Big Island.
We'll go for it.
See if these teachers go all the way for $1 million on the next Wheel from Hawaii.
Wheel of Fortune, Thursday at 7.
Coming up tonight on WITN News at 6, PCS Phosphate gets the mining permit approval it's been fighting for 8 years, but not everyone is happy about it. Plus, the recession in our state, there is some good news on the horizon, according to some. And 2 young men shot to death. Police still don't have anyone in jail for the murders. Lynnette Taylor takes a look. Those stories are ahead on WITN News at 6 o'clock. The federal government wants to know whether your local playground is harmful to children. The Environmental Protection Agency is conducting a limited study of play areas that use recycled tires. Some studies have found no significant health risk, but other research suggests there's potential danger from repeated exposure to shredded tire crumbs, which contain carcinogens. Results from the EPA study are expected in a few weeks. Several states have raised concerns about the material. Sudden cardiac arrest is the world's leading cause of unexpected death, but often strikes without pain or symptoms. But for one California man, it wasn't the end, thanks to a machine called the Auto Pulse. Stephen Luke reports.
I think you could say I'm probably a fan of the fire department.
52-year-old David Crow is also a fan of this. It's the machine that may have saved his life when he collapsed in late March.
I had a medical event that I've learned is called a sudden cardiac arrest, which means that your heart just suddenly stops working.
Chula Vista firefighters got the 911 call and responded within minutes, beginning CPR on arrival. But not the traditional kind like this, which is still the norm in many departments.
When we do manual CPR, we're only given about 25% of what the normal output of the heart would be.
They used a new high-tech machine called an Auto Pulse. With it, victims receive up to 100%, and it's safer too, cutting back on cracked ribs and separated cartilage. The best part, however, according to Fire Chief Dave Hanneman, within the last year, Chula Vista has seen its survivability rate among sudden cardiac arrest victims go from 8% to 46%.
That's really unheard of in the medical community, so we're very pleased with the outcome of these new devices.
It's just like, I feel like I'm a walking miracle. It's just awesome.
It's CPR down to a science, and while at $11,000 a piece, the machines aren't cheap.
It sounds like a bargain to me. I was told the price tag, and I think it's a bargain.
David Crow says he's proof they're worth it.
We all wish we could know what other people are thinking sometimes. Coming up, we'll take a look at a new series premiering tonight right here on WITN, where the star can do just that. Stay with us.
Hello? In here.
Well, this is new.
I'm working on my digestive health. What you eating?
Yo Plus. It's a yogurt for digestive health. It's delicious. Here. Blackberry pomegranate.
Honey, I can't find my hand.
Yo Plus has the special combination of fiber, plus special cultures, plus the delicious taste of YoPlay.
If you had the ability to hear people's thoughts,
should have worn something else.
would you use it to help yourself?
He's kind of cute.
Or someone else?
Should I tell him?
Someone took your son from you, didn't they? I might be the only one who can help this woman find her child. Be careful, Toby. If I'm gonna have this thing, I'm gonna use it. This isn't a curse, it's a gift.
The Listener, a new series, premieres Thursday 10/9 Central on NBC.
Stay tuned for a free offer from Arm & Hammer.
Hi, Anthony Sullivan here. When every penny counts, stop paying for separate liquid fabric softener and dryer sheets. All you need is new Arm & Hammer Total 2-in-1 dryer cloths. They go in the dryer and combine the benefits of liquid fabric softener and dryer sheets into one moist cloth, saving you money. Watch this. Under 200 times magnification, regular laundry fibers look frayed and coarse. But by using our moist Arm & Hammer dryer cloths, they look soft and smooth. Save up to 50% now with every load by using Arm & Hammer Total 2-in-1 dryer cloths. Each moist cloth is infused with a softening and freshening formula that penetrates deep into the fabric to leave your laundry soft and with freshness that lasts for weeks.
Call now to try new Arm & Hammer Total 2-in-1 dryer cloths. And for a limited time, we'll send you a box enough for 40 loads for free. Just pay shipping and handling. So call now or go to wetdryercloths.com to get your box of Arm & Hammer Total 2-in-1 dryer cloths.
In recent years, TV's offered us people who communicate with ghosts, have dreams, and that can foretell the future and pretend to read people's minds. Well, tonight at WITN, NBC offers up a show about a guy who does read people's minds. Mark Barger gives us a preview of The Listener.
Ever wonder what people are thinking? I don't. I know.
And that ability to hear people's thoughts
Should have worn something else.
is Toby Logan's secret on The Listener.
When God hooks you up with free cable, you gotta think he expects you to do a little surfing.
It's about how a guy deals with knowing more information than he should.
Craig Olejnik plays the telepath, a paramedic who's been trying all of his life to cope with his psychic ability.
You saying I'm a human fire alarm?
He has this gift, and if he can learn how to use it and to hone it and to be in control of it, it'll be very powerful, and potentially, who knows what else it can open up.
Logan's low-key character,
Toby, hurry,
is paired up with a much more gregarious paramedic partner, nicknamed Oz.
Kirk and Spock, except, Spock's a goofy Turkish ambulance driver.
Oz does not know about Logan's ability.
Thought for sure it was gonna blow. It's not a movie, Oz. It doesn't happen that way.
But he does know there's something special about it.
They full-on have a bromance, I think.
Now, the challenge is romancing viewers.
A mind-reading paramedic trying to make the world a better place. There you go. Boom.
Mark Barger, NBC News.
And you can watch The Listener 2-hour premiere tonight at 9 p.m. right here on WITN. That's all for WITN News at 5. Dave Jordan and Lynnette Taylor join us now for WITN News at 5:30.
Thanks, Christine. Coming up tonight on WITN News at 5:30, it was a deadly game of catch for an 11-year-old. He and his friend were struck by lightning. One of them died. The other is in the hospital.
And Camp Lejeune will soon unveil a first-of-its-kind facility on the East Coast. We'll show you what it is. WITN News at 5:30 starts now.
Now, from your breaking news and weather authority, WITN News at 5:30.
And first up at 5:30, the threat of severe weather continues for Eastern Carolina.
Chief Meteorologist Marvin Daugherty is tracking all of the storms and has the very latest. Marvin.
Thanks a lot, Lynnette. Of course, we've been watching these storms this afternoon. Not a lot going on in the southern half of Eastern Carolina, south of Greenville and Washington right now. It's fairly dry. But we do have some stronger storms in the northern counties. Nothing severe at this time, but nevertheless, we'll watch it here. We can see these showers and storms develop south of Greenville and Washington this afternoon, moving north to northeast, about 20 miles per hour through Williamston now. Soon be in the Windsor area if you're in Bertie County there, and farther up north toward Ahoskie a little bit later. Tarboro getting some showers and storms. Farther east, we've had some scattered storms in the northeast sector. Now we've got a storm moving up just to the south of Elizabeth City there, just moved through the Columbia region. And farther west, we've got showers and storms still scattered around. Back to the west, it has been a little heavier today, but nothing much going on in this sector right now. They're moving up from that area, so we could have a quiet period for a while tonight, but I think more showers and storms are likely. Tornado watch for the extreme northern county, the northern tier, from around Windsor to Rocky Mount, Elizabeth City, and Edenton northward into southern Virginia. South of there, no watches or warnings. In fact, there are no warnings even in this area right now, but we'll continue to monitor the situation. I'll have a complete update on the forecast coming up in a few moments, Lynnette.
All right, thanks so much, Marvin. Well, it's a tragic death caused by the force of nature. 2 boys struck by lightning as they tried to get in a game of catch before thunderstorms rolled in. 11-year-old Chial Matos was killed. The other boy is in the hospital. Kimberly Suiters has more.
The boys were playing catch near left field. A father of another ball player brought these flowers and laid them nearby. Parents in Fredericksburg awoke to the shocking headline in the local paper. News that hits too close to the home field where Chris Colbert's son learned to play baseball.
So this morning when I woke him up and told him about it, 'cause he didn't know last night. At first his first instinct was he cried.
Colbert's son, only 1 year older than 12-year-old Khalil Matos, a 6th grader at Chancellor Middle School. The school's principal greeted children and parents this morning and had 4 grief counselors standing by.